Whoa, with the lights. What is up, everybody? Hello. My name is Rex Spires. Welcome into the Sweatbox. I'm your host for as long as I care to stick around tonight, probably the first half. Rams and Atlanta. Monday Night Football game. Certainly some interest to folks in Tampa and in Charlotte, as if the Rams were to somehow lose this game tonight, the Panthers, I believe, have already clinched the division, which will be a fascinating development in terms of how the schedule's been laid out next week. I'll be getting to that a little bit later with all the prices on everything and such. Um, Tonight, the Rams are laying 7. I think Atlanta's the right side. We made an Atlanta recommendation. Guys that I talked to that work with me, we have Atlanta plus 7 or better. 7 minus 05, 7 even money. You can get it at post right now. I'm fixing to kick it in a couple minutes. I do like Atlanta in this game. Um, I'm on the delay. There's no ABC tonight. It's ESPN. That's why I'm in the basement. Hang on one second. I'm going to lower the light situation to make this somewhat more tenable for all of us. You guys can hear me and not see me right now. Get back to me. Let me know how the audio is here. I had the headphones on yesterday. Today, no headphones. Lots of lights. I'm going to try to fix that right quick. All right. I don't think I muted that. So you guys heard Joe Buck telling you what's going on. Did kick. Falcons have it. And again, I'm not on live, so it's not really much I can do to help you in terms of live recommendations here. We'll have to do it during commercials and only at halftime. More here to talk about everything else that's going on. If you guys want to chat me about anything college basketball, college football, bowl games, I have some opinions about stuff. I have opinions on next week's NFL. I'll be sure to share those. Certainly going to be a lot better than trying to help you with the live NFL game that's not even live. So, yeah, welcome in. Put my video back. Still too much light. Jesus. Oh, it's the ones behind me. Hang on. Let me get those out of there. Still no good. Oh, that's too fancy for me. Falcons are third and about 3 here, minute into the game. Yeah, more importantly tonight than talking about this game is anything else that y'all want. I'm going to be around, I think. Um, let's see. I lose track of the days when you start getting around New Year and all the bowl games and all this bullshit. Let's see. Today's Monday, 29th. Okay, so Tuesday the 30th. There are bowl games I like tomorrow, which I discussed earlier. We'll go into those a little bit later. The 31st is New Year's Eve, and I'll be around for those. I have a game that I like as well, and there are 5 games. And I don't think I have any super big plans. I have to take care of a couple things with family and a couple of jobs I'm trying to get involved with. Mom's going to help me with. And then on Thursday the 1st, New Year's Day, that's the bowl games. That's all the playoffs. Playoffs. I'll certainly be around for some of the playoffs. I'm not going to commit to anything yet. My dad might have a bunch of his IU friends over here, and I'm trying to decide whether it would be worth my time to sit here and stream it or not. If it was on ABC, I think it would be fun because it would be ahead of everybody. I could sit here and listen to their reactions. But I think in the basement and with it on ESPN, there's no live feed. If it's only ESPN, we'll be on a little bit of a tape, and it won't be any fun. People that are watching won't get the same gratification that they would as if we were doing something a little bit different. So I may skip the streaming on the playoffs altogether, given the fact that it's all ESPN. I don't have the live feed. My parents have the same setup I do, not with the 9 TVs, but with the with the delay with the Magic Box, which is great, but it doesn't help you when you need an antenna for a game. So if there's no ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CW, Univision, or Unimas or Telemundo, then no good. And I think these games are only on ESPN, which, listen, that's what they pay the rights for. I don't have a problem with it. I think it sucks as a person and someone who grew up, watching games on antennas and whatever, used to being able to get stuff for free. They don't want you to have it for free. And that's not their fault. It's a capitalistic empire. The mouse wants their money and you got to pay it to them. So that's where we're at. Good chance that I will not be doing anything. Actually, the more I think about it, unless it is on ABC and I missed it, because I was arguing with me. It'll be on. I go, I don't think so, buddy. It's a playoff game. If it is on ABC, then I'm definitely all in somewhere, probably upstairs to stream. If any of them are on ABC, I'm all in with the stream. If anybody wants to chat me and tell me that absolutely none of them are on, that'll help me a lot. I'll probably come on New Year's Eve, just for the simple fact that's amateur night. I'm not drinking. Um, I send a lot of messages to the girls in Costa Rica I used to mess around with. Like, even if I don't go down there anytime soon, it's always a once a year thing to make sure that it's a good idea to check in and make sure they remember your name. So when you go back down there, whenever it might be, it's always good to, check in. So that's my situation on New Year's Eve. I can have no problem with doing a stream. If it's on ABC, if it's on ESPN, I really don't want to do it. It's a delay. It's what's the point? I mean, I can do a halftime. I don't know. We'll see. Nobody really cares. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going to go out and get mauled. But for me, it's amateur night. Being an alcoholic-ish, easy, hard pass, whatever you want to call it. The New Year's Day games are tough. So the Falcons punted on their first drive, and the Rams have now got 2 yards in their first two plays. Uh, more important tonight than anything else. If you guys have questions or want to talk about anything, just fire it in there. I see a few people watching on the stream live stream. Let me check the YouTube for any questions. That'll be good as well. But yeah, ask away. This is one of those things that you only get one whack at it sometimes. And tonight, being the fact that we don't have a ton going on, by all means, bring it on in. There's just one game and it's on a delay. I can't sit here and promise you that they'll all be like this, but yeah, we got to look at this first down for sure, right? I think if the don't quote me on this. I haven't done my homework on the playoff stuff. I got the ESPN playoff machine and the Athletic playoff machine fired up. I just didn't use it. Last night I got so excited. I was like, Atlanta can make the playoffs? How? And then I looked into it for 20 minutes and ESPN or NBC got it wrong. They can't make the playoffs. It's impossible. Mathematically eliminated 3 or 4 weeks ago, but they're doing everything they can to make sure that they're not, which is kind of funny because I mean, why they're playing this good now when they had this kind of talent before the start of the season is making everybody's head scratch. It almost makes you want to think that they should fire these some bitches. I mean, like, what are they doing? Anyways, it'll be funny if they win this one. I think that if they win this game, that renders Carolina and Tampa to be irrelevant next week, which also that's part of the reason why I believe they scheduled that game in the early slot on Saturday because there's no risk if this whatever happens in this game, it doesn't matter. That game is played on Saturday, and whatever happens. It's going to be if Atlanta wins, Carolina gets the 4, and the home game, and that game becomes irrelevant. If not, then it becomes a very important game. As things stand, it's 4th and 1, and the Rams are lining up to punt. My God, I can't believe that's more conservative than Pat Buchanan. I know you're at that part of the field, but gosh, I mean, it's like there wasn't even 8 inches, 6 inches, 12 inches. Anyways, punt. Uh, Live price coming here shortly. It'll already be up because I'm on a delay. Hang on, what do we got going on here? I had an interesting story. My niece is playing a high school basketball tournament in Wayne County, Indiana. They won their 2 games today. They thought about going up yesterday, which they should have because of the weather. If you haven't read my Twitter, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, they went to Wayne County, Indiana for a tournament. But when they wanted to watch, there was a chance they could have wanted to go watch Butler play against UConn in girls basketball at Hinkle, and the line was 46.5 and 46. Final score: UConn 94, Butler 47. Yes, it fell 47. I don't know what it did before. What was the opener, closer, any of that bullshit I just saw. I was looking at the screen at the end of the night. It was 46 or 46 and a half. So kudos to all those who took the 40 or who laid the 46 UConn. But yeah, there's a girl that my niece played against tonight that's going to Butler next year, and they pretty much neutralized and beat them by 20. So pretty cool to see that. Live price Rams 7. There's 8 dog a bunch of money 45 flat or 49 under a ton. So that's one of those. It's so early in the game that there's going to be a little bit of a margin. They're not going to be like agreeing with each other and everything. That's Pinnacle and Chris. The onshore places, I see 6.5 minus money, 7.5 flat at DraftKings. That's a ridiculous price. I'd love the actually, if you can get to a DraftKings bet at 7.5 flat or minus -0.05, that's a great bet plus 7. I mean, win or lose, I mean the whole market's less than that. 6.5 flat, 6.5, 20, 25, 47 ish is the average on in the States, which is about the right price. 45 over a quarter. So that's where we stand. There was one bowl game this morning or afternoon. Georgia Southern beat Appalachian State 29-10. Again, I'm sick at myself for not betting this thing. Game went up a bunch because Appalachian State is 5-7. Georgia Southern beat them 27-25 in the regular season. Beat them today 29-10. Conference game, rematch, whatever. Game went from 2, 2.5 to up 10, 9.5, 10. Couldn't get it because I missed the number, fell 19. Game stays way under the total. Again, it's one of those you wanted to get involved. You got a chance to get to the price. We didn't, so that's that. Putting on Troy and Joe again. Toss to the left. We got some reheated pizza here. There's a place called Pizza King back home. It's expensive as shit, but people in Indiana are going to tell you that it's good as shit too. So give me a minute. Joe's been begging for that false start. The penalty was second and 10. If they give Cousins that kind of time, I don't care if he's 40, Philip Rivers type shit, he's going to carve you up. Great work by the Atlanta offensive line. A couple of stunts that they picked up. 10 minutes ago in the first, you guys aren't here to listen to me talk to you about play-by-play. Let's go over some other things. I'll keep an eye on the game. Oh, God, they had their idea. There was a 53 got through the middle. If they just could get it off, that was where he threw it into the blitz. All right, let's see. This game did close 7-49, and again, we're on the Falcons. That's one of my 3 plays this week in the NFL. Colts were fun yesterday. With 6 was the number, so we got to push. But it closed 4. And I had a friend that took 4, and I was like, well, that's part of the reason you can't win. You got to get a number. If you're going to bet bad numbers, you got no chance. But yeah, that was the number. I said no worse than 6 on the Colts. That was worth a look. I'm actually going to give you some college bowl stuff and the write-up information that I sent out here in a bit. because they didn't tell me I couldn't. They're paying me for it, so why not? Of course, my shit's all frozen now. Here we go. Yeah, the other NFL was Carolina +7. That was a real good call by me, right? I was really surprised by that. I thought that as long as they were engaged and they saw that the Dolphins were beating Tampa, that they would have a chance to win. And that was the other play. The Dolphins plus the points, Carolina and the correlation against it, the Colts, and then Atlanta +8, which 7.5 would have been acceptable as well. My write up pretty was simple. Atlanta exited October at 3-4, seemed like the season was slipping away as the Falcons got pasted 34-10 at home by Miami. Last several efforts were all good, save for one. While Atlanta is only 6-9, four of those losses were games Atlanta could have, if not should have, won. There was a 1 point loss at New England and back-to-back overtime losses at Indianapolis and Carolina to drop them to 3-7. Four of the last 5 games were on the road, with 3 road wins sandwiched around a loss at the Jets on a 56-yard field goal in a game the Falcons dominated for large parts. Seattle loss looks bad, but the game was 6-6 at the half until Seattle ran the second half kickoff back for a touchdown. Atlanta had 3 turnovers to get the route in motion. Expecting a spirited effort in their first home game since that beating after road wins the last 2 weeks in Tampa and Arizona. Falcons are healthier than many teams heading into the last couple of weeks, and the Rams are off an incomprehensible loss to Seattle. No problem taking positions against both teams this week, even with the extra rest. That's why I was against the Rams and against Seattle. Didn't work out too good yesterday. Almost a full 70-minute game. I expect Atlanta to battle here with a chance to win it outright late. So lots of home dogs catching a bunch of points. Atlanta, the Colts, Carolina, and then again the Dolphins. Only 4 plays this week. So far, not so bad, but this game tonight would make it a lot better. So we'll see how it goes. That's my thought process, and that's the write-up that I sent out to my guy that pays me a little bit of money to give him explanations for it. Falcons 3rd and 2, wide open. Excellent work. Found his spot in the zone between the backers and the safeties, and they're going to have 1st and goal at the 8 minutes to go. Clock continues to move. Oh, the drive was over. I must have missed the penalty. That's great. My phone's dictating the words that I said. That's funny to my buddy. Robinson bangs his way through the right to about the 2. Give him 6. I gotta get my. Anytime I have a WhatsApp chat going, somehow, some way, some shit happening to get me my voice to text is on there. I gotta get that fixed. Considering I talk to 1,000 people on WhatsApp, that has to be resolved like at once. One, two, over here. Robinson toss loses a yard. Pitiful play call, worse execution. Aikman's been great this year. I don't usually like him or listen to him much. I've been forced to at times, but I've been super impressed with. I guess he's an id gap point of his life. Like whatever he says, like nobody's going to hurt him. He's untouchable. Trips left, gun back to the right, motion left, all kinds of time, wide open, touchdown. Let's fucking go! Come on, run them out. Beat this fucking team into the ground. Everybody says the Rams are untouchable. Fuck them. This ain't no game they're going to have to win. Fuck them. Bijan Robinson, 4-yard touchdown catch. 6 zap Falcons. 8:11 to go in the first quarter. The Carolina Panthers are the only people that are being yet louder than me right now. And the only people sicker than me are the ones that are sicker than anybody, the coaches, are the ones that are wondering like if the Falcons could have just found a way to win one more freaking game. They didn't, they couldn't, and therefore they're out. That's it. Please don't let my stream go out. The connection to the odd screen's been disconnected. That's ain't no good. 7-0 Atlanta. 8-11 to go in the first. Great drive. Odd screen's still frozen, so let's see what happens if it comes back and win. Hopefully my stream didn't go away. 6-11, not 8-11. Thank God I'm blind. I just saw the odds price at 843. I didn't realize the screen went out. That's a really a good drive by the Falcons. I thought it got stopped. I didn't see there was a penalty or something that allowed it to be extended. And hey, good deal all the way around. Let's see, where are we here? Everybody, Peter Fitzwell, off topic. What do you think of the Kyle Whittingham hire? I'll tell you what, Peter. What angle do you want me to come at it from? I'm going to type it in here first. So my thoughts are pretty simple. I heard a story. I'm going to let this go all the way through. This might take 2 minutes. Heard a story about Urban Meyer was the head coach at Utah. Whittingham coached the defense, and Dan, who's the fucking UNLV coach? What the fuck's his name? Dan. Oh fuck me. You guys know what I'm talking about. The UNLV coach used to be at Mississippi State in Florida. He's a great dude, by the way. Very gregarious. There was a play that they did something in the practice where the offense didn't tell the defense what the play was going to be, and the coaches got so mad at each other they fought each other. The assistants fought each other all the time. Whittingham and this UNLV coach now that was at Florida Mississippi State before, they fought each other during practice because they were so proud of their units. This is before Urban Meyer went to Florida. He knew he had good guys that were there. Urban Meyer went to Florida, and Whittingham took over the Utah job, and the other guy was still his coordinator, I think, for a bit, and then he took the Mississippi State job, and then the Florida job, and then TV for a few years, and then and now he's at UNLV. He'll go where he wants to next year, I think, if he wants to. So, Ice Teeth, anybody's asking. So, um, Michigan's house is on fire. There's really not a nobody on earth, no matter if you're a Michigan fan or you're a Michigan State fan or you hate life or you hate God or you love God or you love life, can argue that. The head coach that was there before used to be an offensive coordinator under Harbaugh. Harbaugh has a show cause. He's coaching the Chargers and they'll go back to college. No big deal. One of the guys that was on his staff was a scout that actually dressed in the other team's clothing to sit on the Central Michigan sideline to scout against Michigan State. Scumbag, but illegal, but not, whatever. It's not a jailable offense. The other two offensive coordinators, I don't know. The one offensive coordinator that became the head coach, Moore, basically has reckless disregard for his wife and family by going on to all these chats and um, hollering at chicks on Instagram and Facebook and wherever the hell else of social media he's doing. I mean, it's incredible. Like, it's brazen adultery, basically. I'm like, how can you listen? Not illegal, but also ridiculously stupid, like low IQ behavior. But the other offensive coordinator that was on the Harbaugh staff with Moore did something that was way beyond all of that. Breaking into email accounts, hacking into stuff. He should be thrown in jail forever. Like, there's basically the worst people in life. It's like the kitty diddlers are number one. The people that scam senior citizens out of their money are number two, and it's a close 1 and 2. After that, like anybody that hacks into a college email account or any email account to steal videos or pictures or do whatever, if they're sexually explicit, which is what it sounds like that's happening, that is absolutely inexcusable, unbelievable, embarrassing. And like I said, that's the worst of all because it's illegal. The other guys, what they did was either trying to gain a competitive advantage or trying to bang some chicks. Those things, as sad as they are, happen every day. You don't see somebody go into a tight end's office or a quarterback's office and try to steal or hack into emails, and the Michigan IT department catches you doing it, and then going in there and downloading pictures of people that are either in compromising or explicit positions. Like that. That's like I don't know what the charges are, but if I were the prosecutor of Michigan, I would throw the book at him. So whatever, however sick, however great the guy might be, if Harbaugh would have hired him to be his co-offensive coordinator, he's got to go to jail, and I would be like, for a long time. Like there's no leeway on that one. The house is on fire. That ain't gonna change. The good news: the Whittingham hire is as good as it's gonna get. The Utah people are sick of him. It's kind of like Kentucky with Calipari. They only won one title, and it was like, okay, good divorce. You helped us a lot. You brought the program up a lot. You were there for a long time. Utah's the same thing. Utah had Whittingham forever. All the Mormons are out there. There's a bunch of guys coaching at BYU and Utah. They all swap sides every once in a while. I have no clue who went to where anymore. I've lost track a long time ago. It's all the same shit. Anytime one of them goes somewhere else, we'll see what happens. Mendenhall went to Virginia. Mullen, thank you, Peter. Yeah, anytime somebody goes somewhere else, I mean, it's a dart throw. I mean, that unfortunately, and I really rooted for the guy when we went to Virginia to do good. He just didn't and didn't like it. It's a different part of the world, different rules, different recruiting situations. It's a totally different world there, and that sucks. Everybody deserves better on all counts. Now to be fair, he figured it out real quick, got out of there, and then went back out west where he's having success again. The coach in New Mexico took over after he did. He went to Utah State. He's at Utah State. He says he's going to stay there. I don't know if he's going to stay there or not, but he may. And if he does, he'll win there. He's a winner. But all these coaches out there in that state, I mean, for the most part, they all know each other. They recruit the same players, the ones that can get the better ones, whatever. Blah blah. Whittingham is taking a job, and he's not lying about this. It's a top 5 job in the country. I mean, there's nobody can dispute that. I talked with 3 of my friends the other day. If you watch the Sweatbox on Sunday, you'll know that I was like really into this, talking about like, okay, what are the best 5 jobs? My buddy's like, you can't, because we're talking about Jeff Brom. A lot of people back home, I'm back in this area, and a lot of them have good information about Jeff Brom about whether he'll leave or not. And I was like, everything that I got said there's no way he's going to leave. And those guys said, well, that he might leave because there's not enough money. There's a fight between him and the athletic director and the NIL people about the money. So the threat was there for him to go to Penn State, I guess. I don't know. I can't confirm that. I don't want to sit here and say some rumor that could have happened. But certainly, if Michigan opened up and he had a chance to get that, he had no choice but to take it if it was there, unless he really, really was adamant about staying here because he's a legend in this town. All the Braun families from here, everybody's from here. They all went away and did some shit with their life and they came back. So for him to leave again would be a significant blow to Louisville's future because there's nobody else that could propel the program to this, but they're not going to give him the money he needs to win here. So the fact that he stayed tells me that either he's going to get some money or the Whittingham hire came before Brom was considered a big candidate. So I'm giving you a long answer here, but hell, all I did was ask for questions. You gave me one. Off topic, certainly allowed. And I think that this is one that you ran into my wheelhouse on because I have some information about this. I think the Whittingham hire came because of a combination of things. Michigan House is on fire. They wanted to bring somebody in that has some stability. The guy's 66. He wasn't ready to quit. The Utah people had coaching waiting. They wanted the guy to be a coach after last year. But Utah's team was so bad last year because of all the injuries. It wasn't his fault. He wanted to get another year to run it back. They weren't that good this year. And I think that the Utah people had enough and the combination of that being like, listen, you already coaching Wayne. This guy's threatening to leave, which that was the other rumor I heard. Like, like he needs to leave. I want to coach now, or like there's some friction there towards the end. So he leaves. The other guy that they had coaching Wayne gets the job. He gets the Michigan job. Like almost falls into it by accident. Good for him. It's the perfect hire for Michigan at this point. They're not going to win a championship next year, but he's going to make sure that their defense is going to be competitive from day one and that matters. And as long as he hires some other assistants that can recruit, they'll also be competitive. Indiana's going to be extremely tough. Ohio State's going to be extremely tough. I don't know what to think about Penn State yet, and anybody else on the West Coast, including Oregon, I'm not sure. But Michigan can win. They won't win this year. It's going to take them a year. But in 2027, Michigan, if they're 12-1 or better to win it all, that would be probably worth a look. Again, that also counts on the development of the freshman quarterback that was like average this year, Underwood. I mean, he's a 5-star number one recruit for a reason. If they think he's going to get better and be good, and they can make him better, and he hires coaches that improves what they do on offense, guess what? The sky's the limit. Michigan made a great hire. You know me, I call it how I see it. I thought that I think Biff Polichi is going to coach him up, and Michigan's going to be dangerous in the bowl game. And I love that guy. He's not a head coach for a full term, but we'll see what happens. I think that they'll play hard, and I think it'll be competitive in the bowl game. But I think next year Michigan's a good. I haven't seen their Big Ten schedule yet. I know some are hard. I know Ohio State's is a motherfucker, but I think that Michigan's going to be in a spot where, if I remember right, the schedule's not that difficult based on what we see on paper going in. Of course, everything can change with the NIL and the portal and all the money and stuff. But yeah, I would not be surprised if Michigan wins 9 games from day one. Which, given you have a change of coach and the house is on fire, that's pretty fucking good given the situation that they've been in. Maybe go 10-2. And to me, how can you not say that's success? If they go 10-2, they're probably gonna make the playoffs, even if it's only 12 teams. If it's 16, they'll definitely make it. I've been able to talk to you about this because the Rams have had the ball for an hour, 10 plays, 54 yards, 5 minutes, and they got smashed on 4th and 1. And the Falcons are taking over up downs. Let's fucking go. 1 minute to go in the first. Atlanta takes over. Let's give you the live price. I'm sure it's live because my game is on tape. I timed that fucking tremendously. Pat myself on the back. Good job, Rexy. Let's see. Odds Logic has prices on Chris and Pinnacle if it pulls itself up. Rams are what? That can't be right. They got 4.5 and 3.5 Rams. Those are definitely old. Clear everything. Clear, clear, clear. I mean, there's no in no world that's right. I've done live. I did live in myself back in 2007 before any screen existed. There's no world that the Rams can be the favorite. Hang on, let me pull this up. If that's the case, we need to bet the fucking Falcons for our nuts. Hang on, we got some injury update information. My buddy at the Heat Denver game is saying that Jokic hurt himself in the last play of the half. He has Denver for the game. He's going up double back on Miami in the second half. It's tied up at 63. Says Miami for your lungs. That can't be right. I don't know how much time we have left. I went through a diatribe of all this shit. This happened recently. Let's see. Yeah. Buckeyes 2 on Denver. Let's see what he says. Jokic is not going to play in the second half. He's not even out there. Westgate, Denver 2 as well. Hang on. Let's take some 2. Miami +2 second half. Jokic is not playing. It doesn't look like. Bet War has 2. Bet STS has 2. +2 second half. Miami and Heat. We have 4 minutes to go. Let's go get it. It's a big bet. 3 units +2. Find +2 on the Heat. 5-5-6 NBA. 1 second. 5-5-6. Jokic is not playing second half. The line's 2. Take Miami for all you want. Miami should be the favorite for sure. Jokic is not on the court warming up. No Jokic second half for the Denver. He's not warming up. He got hurt at the end of the first half. My boy Mikey's at the game. Denver's a 2-point favorite. Take Miami +2 for all you want to win. New York Mikey's at the Heat game. He says Jokic got hurt at the end of the first half and he's not on the court warming up. Denver's laying 2. Miami +2 is a great bet for all you want to win. Was out there a minute ago. That's getting moved now. We took +2 on Miami. Yeah, I would lay up to 1. buddy's at the Heat Denver game, 550, 556. It was actually Denver -2. It's now down to Miami -1. It's still good at -1. Find a -1. Buckeye has it still. Lay one with the Heat. Jokic is out. He got hurt in the last play of the half. He's not warming up at halftime. 556 Miami. All you want to win. Thank me later. 556 the Heat second half's a great bet. The line's wrong. Jokic got hurt in the end of the first half. He's not playing the second half. I don't think he's not warming up. We took +2 with Miami. It's good to -1. You can find Miami Heat 556 -1 or better. We took +2 in the second half. My buddy Mikey's at the game. Jokic got hurt at the end of the first half, and he's not warming up in the second half. They're going to start in 2 minutes. Take the Heat take the Heat -1 or better. It's fine. This is the right play. He ain't going to play, I don't think. Jokic isn't playing the second half. My buddy's at the game. He got hurt at the end of the first half, and he's not warming up in the second half. We took +2 with Miami. Denver up to -1's a good. I'm sorry, Miami -1's a good bet. 586. They got about 90 seconds. I'll talk to you later about that shit. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that other nonsense. No Jokic in the second half for Denver, I don't think. My buddy's at the game. He said he limped off at the end of the half. He wasn't warming up at halftime. We took +2 with Miami in the second half. It's good all the way to -1, in my opinion. Sorry for all that. If you notice, I sent about 7 messages out, but that's the point. I got friends of mine that I deal with. I talk to on both sides of the counter, and it's important that I share information with them just like they'll share it with me. I got a buddy of mine that happens to be there. I don't have a clue about this. I'm not watching Denver or Miami in the NBA. But if I'm giving you something that's going to get there, Jokic is not going to play in the second half. The guys on the court take Miami. It's down to -1. You can lay one up to wherever you want to win. I wouldn't lay 1.5 for anything huge, but the games don't fall one that much. It's still a good bet. If Jokic doesn't play in the second half, Miami's going to probably win by whatever they want to. Plus, it's a bad spot for Denver to begin with. Off the win the other day, he had 55 and 16 and 15. He's going to not play in the second half, and they're at a Miami flu, and he isn't playing. The Heat in the second half are going to win this game. Strongest play of the day, strongest play of the week, actually. Paradise has -1, -15. That's okay. -1.5 flats everywhere. It's going to start in a couple minutes. No, less than a couple minutes. 556 Miami Heat. Live play of the day on the Sweatbox. Let's go get it. Come on. I'll put it in the chat. Make sure everybody's aware of what I'm doing. I'm not trying to fuck around. But sometimes it ain't all NFL. Sometimes we got to get it somewhere else. So we'll see what happens. I can't fucking believe this shit. The chat doesn't fucking work still. Are we doing this again? The multi-stream. I'll figure this out at some point. It's gonna be in the chat. I don't know what happened to get me logged off the fucking Twitch. Fuck off. All right, Falcons second quarter, 14 minutes to go, 7-0. Sorry I didn't give you a live price at the end of the first. It's way more important to come up with some breaking information from news of buddy at the game. If you think I'm full of shit, I'm gonna go ahead and prove it to you that I'm not. Let's see. He's living the dream. He lives in Costa Rica. He's a bookmaker, a good friend of mine, a good dude. He has his mom in Fort Lauderdale. He he went to the Dolphins game yesterday against Tampa. He had the Dolphins in his pool. He's about to have a chance to win that thing, by the way, which would be awesome for him. A lot of money in that. And he has He went to this game tonight. He's going to go watch the Panthers tomorrow. He's bringing his son. Could you imagine also to be a kid and go to all these games and all these different sports and all these days before you fly back to Costa Rica? Incredible. Falcons are down 7-0. They have it now 3rd and 2 at their own 43 or so, I think. I've got this on, but now I got an erection because of the fucking basketball game. I don't even give a fuck about the football no more. I have to stick around and sweat the basketball with everybody. Now I'm trying to figure out whether I want to watch the basketball. Hopefully y'all got some. Chat me if you got some. Please, let me know. Let's go. Come on, Heat, run them out. That's what we're here for. The Sweatbox isn't here to sweat. We're trying to it's here to win.
Yeah, I took two, and then my partner who's running the line said Westgate opened 1.5, Circa opened 2. He is not on the court for shoot around in the second half.
He's giving me the information here. Hammer it live, time for time. I closed 1.5 the other way. That is great. I would hammer it live time after time if I was you and you don't see him anywhere. So that's the key. I'm not watching the game. My advice to you would be if you're watching the game, don't just bang away on the Heat if you don't see Jokic on the bench or anywhere around. They can't have a chance to beat him. There's no chance to win if he doesn't play. He's that much better than everybody else. Wow. FanDuel just moved Jokic. Peter says FanDuel moved Jokic to plus 550 to an MVP. So FanDuel thinks the information or the injury is worse than what um than what we might know. I don't know. He's a maniac. Him not winning the MVP would be a crime if he's healthy. He's by far the best player. I mean, what he did on Christmas night was the most incredible thing. I sat there